Hello, everybody. This is Janine Maier from the Institute of Product and Process Innovation of Leuphana University of Lüneburg in Germany. I would like to welcome you, also on behalf of my colleagues, to today's talk entitled The Effects of Hybrid Order Processing Strategies on Economic and Logistic Objectives. The results presented today are part of a research project on order processing strategies, which is currently conducted at Leuphana University of Lüneburg and Leibniz University of Hanover. The presentation is structured as follows. I'm starting off by explaining the motivation behind the general research project and give you an overview of the progress which has been made so far. Then I'm going to talk about the state of the art on the topic order processing strategies. So, what order processing strategies do companies mainly use, and what are the issues or research gaps in existing literature? Based on that, I will talk about the importance of hybrid order processing strategies. A common understanding of the term hybrid order processing strategies is generated by describing the process of identifying a hybrid order processing strategy and the development of hybrid order processing strategies in the context of production planning and control. As you will see, there are numerous possibilities for hybrid order processing strategies in manufacturing companies. Therefore, it is necessary to analyze the effects of the different hybrid order processing strategies on economic and logistic objectives. Based on that, we are going to discuss how logistic models can be used to predict these effects. I'm going to finish the presentation off with the conclusions and an outlook about the next steps of the project. In literature, a distinction is traditionally made between the four order processing strategies: engineer to order, make to order, assemble to order, and make to stock. A variety of approaches exist to determine which of these four order processing strategies is the most suitable in which case. As product life cycles are getting shorter and customer requirements increase, manufacturing companies need to be more flexible to successfully compete in a dynamic environment. Customers not only want low product prices, they also want high product quality and a high level of logistic performance. The order processing strategy has a direct and indirect influence on various economic and logistics objectives and thus can help to improve the flexibility of manufacturing companies. Examples for objectives influenced by the order processing strategy are due date compliance, delivery time, inventory costs in the finished goods store, or manufacturing costs. Besides the order processing strategy, flexible mass customization also benefits from the continuously technological improvement and ongoing globalization. Flexibility generated in that way enables the emerge of various hybrid order processing strategies. On the downside, the selection of the most suitable order processing strategy for each product and the production planning and control of all our system is getting very complex. As the range of products and production steps increases, various hybrid order processing strategies emerge in manufacturing companies. To make suitable individual decisions on the order processing strategy for each product or product family, a holistic decision support model is required. As a first step to realize such a vision, the characteristics of hybrid order processing strategies need to be identified. As a hybrid order processing strategy should enable more flexibility in companies, it should be suitable for any production environment which aims to achieve a balance between conflicting objectives. Consequently, strategies that are prescribed by a product, such as engineer to order, are excluded. This leaves traditional make to stock and make to order systems as a starting point for the analysis of hybrid order processing strategies. To identify hybrid order processing strategies, literature research and interviews with companies from various industries were done. The established scientific databases, Scopus, Web of Science, and Google Scholar were used. As a wide range of products forces most manufacturing companies to use several different order processing strategies simultaneously, many authors researched so-called hybrid or combined make-to-stock, make-to-order systems. From a production control point of view, managing the production resource that is responsible for make to stock and make to order production at the same time is different from a pure make to stock or make to order system. But as the decision of order processing strategies is already made prior to these approaches, we should take a step back and focus on strategies with a customer order decoupling point between make to stock and make to order. Here you can see the location of the identified hybrid order processing strategies in the company's internal supply chain, sorted by the point of customization. The decision among these order processing strategies depends primarily on economic and logistic influencing factors. The identified hybrid order processing strategies are either part make to stock and make to order system or variations of a traditional make to stock strategy. Assemble to order consists of the forecast-driven manufacturing and a customer order-driven assembly, and is the most commonly known example for a hybrid order processing strategy. Configure to order follows the same concept or the same basic idea as assemble to order, but has a different degree of individualization. Finish to order describes the post-processing of an almost finished product. It basically only changes the appearance of a product, but not the functionalities or the structure. Modified to order refers specific to products which include a modification process based on an individual customer requirement. Modified to stock, on the other hand, describes the placement of certain components for an in-stock product. Either certain components might be no longer available or components are improved and replace the original ones. In practice, usually more than the two production stages shown here exist. Consequently, there are more versions of the order processing strategies located at the end of the production stage. Moving to the dispatch area, pick to order allows the customer to choose from standard items. The total of these chosen or selected standard items then equal the configured product. It should be noted that the customer himself is responsible for making the product ready to use. Improvements of forecasting methods and an increasing availability of data make the make-to-forecast strategy more interesting for companies than a traditional make-to-stock strategy. Besides shifting the customer order decoupling point, hybrid order processing strategies can also involve from various methods of manufacturing control. Companies need to make numerous strategic decisions in the context of manufacturing control. Thereby, they continuously adapt their previous chosen order processing strategy for the company and the product-specific requirements. We use the model of manufacturing control and the Hanoverian supply chain model to support further research on more hybrid order processing strategies, and also on modifications of already identified strategies. These production planning and control models show the interaction between production planning and control tasks and logistic objectives in the company's internal supply chain. To track the merge of hybrid order processing strategies, the production planning and control tasks listed in these models were examined step by step. The evaluation revealed opportunities for the merge of hybrid order processing strategies in various production planning and control tasks. The essential tasks were the order generation, order release, sequencing, and lot sizing. For example, specific machines may require a fixed production lot size, while in certain industries, companies can define a minimum order quantity for their customers, or other companies simply charge higher prices for smaller purchases. In summary, hybrid order processing strategies can be divided into the three categories: combination of a traditional make-to-stock and make-to-order system, variations of traditional make-to-stock systems, and modifications by manufacturing control. No matter which category, all hybrid order processing strategies influence economic and logistic objectives. Many authors already addressed the question of how products with different order processing strategies interact in a company. The focus of these studies mostly lies on a cost or performance optimization of a production planning and control with multiple variables or an individual aspects such as scheduling. This calls for uniform analysis of the effects of hybrid order processing strategies. The numerous possibilities for generating hybrid order processing strategies result in highly complex systems which contain a lot of interactions. As the different effects of make to stock and make to order systems on the economic and logistic objectives are already widely discussed in literature, they can be used to compare the effects of hybrid order processing strategies. As a first step, the influencing factors were determined. The influencing factors and the effects of different hybrid order processing strategies on the objectives were structured by using causal diagrams. Apart from obvious knockout criteria, such as expiration dates, the demand appears to be a key factor. Other interesting aspects, for example, are overcoming uncertainties in demand by using a pre-order strategy or improved methods for sales planning, the performance of suppliers for different order processing strategies, and the relation between release of orders and delays. As changing the order processing strategy is associated with a high effort, a quantitative prediction of the effects on the economic and logistic objectives is necessary. Logistic models prove to be efficient instruments for the universal quantification of various processes in a company's internal supply chain. For a traditional make-to-stock system, the heuristic curve for stock on hand, and for a traditional make-to-order system, the schedule compliance operating curve are often used to analyze the respective system. Other models, such as throughput diagrams or lot sizing models, apply in both cases, but result in different operating points. To predict the effects of hybrid order processing strategies, the possibilities for the emerge of these hybrid strategies, as well as the related logistic models for each strategy, must be identified and mapped along a company's internal supply chain. Besides the combination of several logistic models, additional analysis, such as an ABC analysis, as well as strategic aspects, needs to be considered. In this way, it is also possible to determine whether unsatisfied fulfillment of objectives is caused by order processing strategy or by problems in the individual processes. The time required for the order processing depends on the system performance. Improving the processes, thus reaching a better operating point, may result in considering a previously already rejected strategy after all. It was shown that hybrid order processing strategies are both a chance and a challenge for companies. To overcome this challenge, a model is required which supports the decision on hybrid order processing strategies. To enable an easy application of such a model for companies, it needs to be transferred into a software demonstrator. To achieve the vision of a holistic decision support model, the interactions between products with different order processing strategies manufactured on the same production line need to be further studied. In this context, also the aspect of workload balancing should be included. All the results should be evaluated by a simulation model. So thank you very much for joining me in today's talk. I'm looking forward to your questions.